Hi everyone, welcome back to Belle's Books. I'm Carly and today I am doing the end of year book tag for you, which is going to be hilarious because the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you have yet to finish? All of them. Now, if you've watched any of my videos prior to this, you may know that I've had a very weird reading year where I have started a lot of books and I've not finished as many. I think that's because I had a bit of a reading slump at the beginning of the year when lockdown happened, the first lockdown, and was struggling to deal with everything. So I was very much a mood reader and went from book to book, and there were things I just couldn't pick up again. And yeah, so lots of books. I've still got lots of books on the go where I've started them and then just not finished them. So I'm going to burn through these because these are all the books that I started and have not finished. The first two are my current reads for non-fiction November. And can you see that? The light is not good. This one is a very small essay collection by Kay Tempest called On Connection. I am 2 chapters into this. It is a book about creativity and the way that creativity fosters connection between us and other people. I'm loving it so far. Very much enjoying this. So I will read this by the end of the month. Okay. Next, I am reading the group read. Still reading the group read, even though I think the group read is finished now, for non-fiction November. The Yellow House by Sarah M. Broom. I am enjoying this. Let's see how far I am through. 122 pages. So my other aim for the rest of the month is to get this finished as well. At least then I can do 2 non-fiction for non-fiction November. Let's see if that's achievable. Then 2 that I started ages ago that I did put down for possibly finishing in non-fiction November. Juno Dawson's The Gender Games and Cordelia Fine's Testosterone Rex. Both books on gender, both excellent, just haven't picked them up again. Don't know if I will get them finished, but we shall see. Now I need to go down to the floor to pick up the rest because there are that many. Okay, so also I think the thing that I've realised this year is that I'm rubbish at readathons. I love them. I love participating in readathons because I get really excited and going, I'm gonna carry on with this read along even though I'm way behind, which is what happened in every read along I've tried to participate in. I'm just too slow. I'm just too slow a reader. And that's fine, you know, doesn't matter. So I still haven't finished Shirley by Charlotte Bronte, which was my Victober read along. Still haven't finished that. I think I've got 100 pages left. So this one I have to finish by the end of the year. And I started Dracula, my beautiful, beautiful copy of Dracula with the Bat end papers. But I didn't get very far in, but I am really enjoying this. And I think this is a nice one to continue with over winter because obviously it's creepy and just great for this time of year. I'm only 100 pages in, so I'm going to carry on with this. Will I finish it by the end of the year? No, I don't think so. Unlikely. Then, I'm still going. Then I have 2 poetry collections. Magnolia by Nina Minya Powles. Where am I in this? Again, about halfway through. Really enjoying these poems. Don't know why I just haven't picked them up again. Don't know. And What Girls Do in the Dark by the lovely Rosie Garland. I read, I bought this the day it came out, and I read a few of the first few poems and adore it. So I really want to finish this by the end of the year. Then the never-ending buddy read that I have been doing with my friend Holly, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. We started this, I can't remember, it was the front end of the year. And she said, can we read it slowly? My God, have we read it slowly? We really have. And I'm only halfway through on this. And this has been sat on my bedside table for so long that the pages have gone yellow. Like, you probably can't see it in this light, but I picked it up today and looked at it and went, ah, the pages have gone yellow because the sun hits it from the window. So I would very much like to finish this by the end of the year. Oh, and the book that I lost, I can't even remember what I was reading this for. I think it might have been for one of the Harry Potter. Yeah, I think it was like The Owls or the Newts, the short story collection, The Rental Heart and Other Fairy Tales by Kirsty Logan. Again, very much enjoying this. But I lost it. It was hidden in a bag. And then when I found it again, I just didn't carry on with it. Look how thin it is. If I can't finish this by the end of the year, there's no hope for me. Then we have a book that I struggled with because I was reading it kind of at lockdown time. So this is Strange Hotel by Emma McBride. Emma McBride is one of the authors that I'm studying for my PhD. So I picked this up because it was a new release at the time. I think it came out in February. And I thought maybe I can use this for my PhD. But you have to be in a mood for experimental writing, I think. And this is not her classic style, but it's still experimental. And I just couldn't get my brain around it at the time. So I just put it down and didn't pick it back up again. Don't even know. Again, halfway through. I keep leaving things halfway through. So this I really want to finish by the end of the year. I've got loads. And this I haven't picked up in so long that it's covered in dust. It's been on my bedside table. I was reading all of the Harry Potters, and I was on The Goblet of Fire. What am I? 200 pages from the end. And I think, well, the reason I stopped reading this was because when J.K. Rowling started to be an utter twat and be very transphobic, I just thought, I don't want to. I wanted some distance with her. Even though I know that lots of fans of Harry Potter can keep it separate from her and reclaim it, which is great. And I want to do that. But I just felt like, I was so mad with her. That I just thought, no, I can't read her words. So I just put it down, didn't pick it back up. And again, this time of year is very much Harry Potter time of year for me. I always love rewatching all the films. And so I would like to finish this. So maybe I'll try. And then I don't know if I'm going to carry on with the rest of the series. Maybe I'll have a breather and think about it again next year. So those are all the books that I am currently reading. It's ridiculous, honestly. I don't think I've ever had this many books on the go at once, but purely it's just because I've been doing mood reading and, you know, it's been a weird year and my mood has been all over the place. Okay, so the second question is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? Now, this original tag was done by Ariel Bissett, and I'll link her original video in the description box below. So I think she posted this in September. So it was autumnal books to transition to the end of the year. We're in November. It's nearly Christmas. You know, we're nearly at the end of the year. But I'm going to put these down. There are two books I wanted to talk to you about under this question. And the first one is a book that I get every year, and I usually ask for it for Christmas. It's The Almanac, a seasonal guide to the year. So this is 2020's, by Leah Leendertz. I don't know if I've said that right. I'm sorry if I have mispronounced. It's not really a book that you read. It's a reference book. It's an almanac. And I tend to always forget about this during the summer, but I love coming back to it in autumn. So we'll see, the last time I looked at it was in September because they're on the September page. So this is a beautiful little book, and it has interesting facts about each month and like a little bit about folklore or things that happen during that month. So we've got a gardening guide, things to plant, things to sow, things to harvest in each month. In September, October, look, little pictures of mushrooms. How beautiful. So things that are happening in the hedgerow in that month. And I love the idea of foraging and getting what you can free from nature. It has songs little songs that you can sing. Not that I have. Like festivals, like it's got about Halloween for October. The moon phases and the tides. It's just such a lovely, lovely book. Look, Seed Heads of the Hedgerow. And I always pick it back up this time of year. And it's just a lovely thing. It's a lovely gift as well if you're thinking of getting something for Christmas for someone that would like to strengthen their connection to the natural world, or has an allotment like me, or is a gardener. Perfect for this. It's also got recipes in here, like seasonal recipes. Now, speaking of recipes, my second book to transition me to the end of the year is one that I have just bought for myself as a Christmas present. It's The Christmas Chronicles by Nigel Slater. I listened to this twice on audio last year, in December, and I adored it. I love Nigel Slater. I love watching his cooking programs. I find his voice very soothing and calming. He's got very kind of ASMR vibes with his voice. And when I first listened to this, it was perfect. It was just what I wanted in December because I love Christmas. I wanted to listen to something about Christmas. And this is more than a recipe book. It is a love letter to Christmas. I put up an Instagram post about this book because it has recipes in it, but it is slightly memoir because Nigel is talking about his rituals, his traditions, his family, what Christmas means to him. And this book starts in November and goes all the way through to 12th night, so you can read it like an advent calendar, which is what I want to do. So I've just started it. So again, I need to catch up a few days. But he has like markers from November to 12th night, and he talks about the folklore and mythology around Christmas. So on the 5th of December, he talks about Krampusnacht, where Krampus comes. Oh my God, I love Krampus. Like the film aside, which is one of my favourite films, I just love like all that kind of European folklore about weird shit. So Krampus is right up my street. And he talks about when he would go to all the German markets and the food that he buys and just the food that he loves at Christmas. But it's just, it's really joyous. It's such a joyous book. And I think it's perfect for this time of year, obviously, because it's about Christmas. But it's perfect if you want to feel fluffy and calm and soothed and lovely. It's like a Disney movie. This is like a Disney movie and a warm hug. And I just love it so much. And listening to the audiobook, obviously he doesn't read the recipes out because that would be weird. But I wanted my own copy because I wanted the recipes and I wanted to see if I could make some of these recipes. And just this is a gorgeous book. Has some beautiful, look at the end papers though. Ooh. It has some beautiful photographs in here, and I can't tell you how much I love this book so much. And I bought it for myself because, like I said, I listened to it twice on audio last year. And I thought I really want a copy of that. And I bought it on behalf of my dad, who passed away a few years ago. Because when he was alive, he used to come around my house on a Sunday morning when Nigel Slater was on. And we used to sit there, have a cup of tea, and we used to watch Nigel Slater. And it's lovely. So Nigel Slater always reminds me of my dad. And it's just bound up with lots of lovely memories for me. And my dad did actually buy me a Nigel Slater cookbook, The Kitchen Diaries, a long time ago. And so I thought, if my dad were alive, I'm pretty sure he would have bought this for me. So I'm going to buy it for myself on behalf of my dad. Thanks, Dad. So yes, this is a lovely autumn-winter book. Okay, now, next question. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? No, there isn't, because it's like nearly the end of the year, and the only new release that I was waiting for this year was the Ali Smith summer final to her seasonal quartet, and yeah, that was the only one that I was like super psyched about. And to be honest, I haven't really I'm not really aware of any other new releases coming out. I don't tend to look into it, to be honest. I only find out through other people when new releases are out, and I go, oh wow, I really want to read that. I didn't know that was coming out. So no new releases that I'm waiting for. What are the 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Any of those just mentioned, any of them. Honestly, the ones that I would really like to try and finish are the Starless Sea, because that's just been going on. It's just a saga now. The 2 poetry collections, because obviously I can get through those quickly, and my 2 non-fiction Novembers, which I will hopefully finish before the end of this month, she says, honestly. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? I don't know, to be honest. And I don't know, I've had a bit of, like, I've had a weird reading year. And the other thing I wanted to say about participating in read-alongs and readathons is that I get super excited about it and I go, yeah, I'm going to take part in this. And I do enjoy them, but it does mean that the books that I were high up on my TBR that I wanted to get to, I then I put them off. And so the books that I think that have had so much hype, that have been really well received, like everyone's been talking about them, and I've got them, are the ones I wanted to read, and then I haven't read them because I've been doing readathons in the last half of the year. And that's Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, The Bass Rock by Evie Wilde, and The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. And those 3 books were like the ones that I really wanted to get to. I just haven't. And I'm not going to finish them by the end of the year, because now my target is just finish some books that you've already started, for God's sake, woman. So, you know, hopefully I'll get to them next year. But I don't know. I don't even know what my favourite is this year, to be honest. I tend to have to go through my Goodreads and go, what was my favourite? Because my memory is terrible, and nothing, probably Ali Smith is the only one that's jumping out at me, just because I adore her and I adored that book. And the last question is, have you started making reading plans for 2021? No, because if this year has taught me anything, it's taught me don't make plans, because you will never stick to them. Like I say, I have really enjoyed participating in the readathons, and I will do that again next year. Like, I love Victober. I'm really enjoying reading Shirley. And I'm listening to Wives and Daughters on audio still, because that's a big book as well, and I haven't been putting the audiobook on so much because I can't concentrate very well with that. So my consumption of audiobooks has been a lot less this year. So I'm not going to make plans for next year. I'm actually going to lower my Goodreads goal if I'm still using Goodreads, which I would like to move away from, because obviously it's owned by Amazon. So this year I set my target at 60 books. I'm not going to make that. I think I'm on 40. So I'm just going to lower my target and my expectation, because it has stressed me out this year, going, oh shit, I'm 11 books behind now. I'm never going to make this up. So I'm just going to give myself a break. You know, I'm a slow reader. I can't change that. I just am. I'm never going to be at the level of a lot of other booktubers who read 12 books a month. I'm not that person. So I'm just going to give myself a break and chill out with my reading. Okay, those are all the questions that I had to answer for this tag. Talk to me in the comments below, and if you have done this tag, please link it in the comments below. I would like to see all of yours as well, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye guys.